Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. So this is a series of videos that I posted on TikTok. And this is in reference to a extremely nasty hospital here in the Arlington Heights, Illinois area, right outside of Chicago. And so hopefully you will stay tuned and watch this series. I put it all in one video for you guys, but let me give you guys a little backstory on what's going on. So back in the end of October, I had to go to Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights, Illinois, for a family member who was sick, and they've been living with me, and I've been taking care of them. So anyway, took her to the hospital, and I personally have been to this hospital a couple times. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that last year I slipped and fell on the ice and dislocated my shoulder, and this is the hospital that I went to. And I can tell you that I noticed during that time that the emergency room was pretty dated. It was pretty worn out, not very clean. It wasn't the worst that I had seen, but it wasn't, extremely nasty. Fast forward until October when I went back there with the family member, and it had went downhill quite a bit since I had been there last. And so we get there, we sat in the emergency room for about an hour and a half or so before we were ever brought back. Meanwhile, my family member was complaining of chest pains and things like that, and she still sat in the emergency room waiting room area for over an hour. We get brought back and put in a OR room or an ER room, sorry. And first thing that I noticed is dried blood on the floor. There was a vial of blood sitting on the little bedside stand next to her bed that was not hers, it was somebody else's, and had been there so long, the plasma and everything was starting to separate. Dried blood on the call box, the patient call box, dust coating the ER, like emergency instruments, things that in most hospitals have PPE covering them. It was just really disgusting. So anyway, let's get into the video. Again, please, if you would, watch all of the videos. I don't know exactly how long this is going to be until I put it together. But these are all videos that I downloaded off of my TikTok to put into a video here to put on YouTube. Hopefully it'll reach more people. As of today, this entire series of videos between everything, I have roughly, well, I'm not even roughly, I have had 244,592 views. This video, or these videos, have been shared over 2,696 times. I have had 9,951 comments. Um, it's big. It's something that really showcases how healthcare system in the United States went to shit and went to shit quickly. So please watch the videos, and here we go.
Y'all, so I'm up here in this emergency room at Northwestern in Chicago, or outside of Chicago, and Loretta's here because she's having some medical problems, so she's in the ER. I want to show you how nasty this ER is. Like, look at this. Floors are freaking dirty. There's like blood spots on the floor that hasn't been cleaned. Walls are disgusting. And then, y'all ready for this? This has been sitting out for hours. That's where they drew her blood. But, like, this place is just disgusting. Dust all over the top of that. And I love the fact that it says, very last one, clean and safe environment. NCH emergency room. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Ugh. Keep looking at this blood sitting over here. I'm just like, ugh.
Hey, so I just used your comment to respond for this. So you are absolutely correct. I did mess up. I said I was at Northwestern. I was not. I was at Northwest Community Healthcare, which is at 800 West Central Road in Arlington Heights. So I posted that video and I didn't even really think anything about it. It's already got over 1,500 views and or almost 1,500 views and like 15, 16 comments. So, yeah, that's Northwest Community Hospital, and it's owned by Endeavor. But a lot of you guys have been commenting. I guess a lot of people recognize that hospital and they all say the same thing. That's absolutely disgusting. And it is. So I don't know if I have any more images from a few weeks ago when she was there at the hospital, but we were in the ER a few weeks ago and the bed that she was laying on in the ER, there was literally footprints or something black smeared on the edge of the bottom of the sheets, like where her feet was, and it was there when we walked in. It wasn't like she got something on it. There's carpet in like the triage, or not the triage area, but like when you first go into the ER before they take you back, like in the back portion of the ER. And it was carpet, and the carpet was filthy, and the waiting room's dirty. The bathroom, obviously I didn't take you guys in the bathroom with me, but the bathroom that is back in the back section where the ER is, filthy. There was like piss all over the toilet seats. There was trash and stuff on the floors. I mean, it was disgusting. And it had a shower in there, and the shower was black and like moldy at the bottom of it. You could tell that they don't really clean that hospital the way they should. Absolutely disgusting. And it's a hospital that's supposed to be sterile and sanitary, and it's gross. So anyway, I wanted to use your comment just to kind of respond. So yeah, it is not Northwestern. Northwestern I've been to many times when I lived in the city, and they're typically pretty clean. But this is Northwest Community Hospital at 800 West Central Road in Arlington Heights, Illinois. So there you go. After I got done recording this, I started to post it, and I was like, oh wait, hold on, there's something else I need to tell y'all too. So I have pictures on my phone. I'm gonna upload them as like a little slideshow thing. So I'm not excellent with TikTok, as you guys can tell, but her call button even had blood on it. So she had to use the call button about an hour before she was dismissed or discharged, and to go to the bathroom. And she picks up the call button, and on the side of the call button, there's blood. I took pictures of it. It wasn't huge, but it was blood, and that's something that should have been cleaned. So I spoke up, and I said something to one of the nurses there. I forget what her name was, but anyway, I said something to her, and she tried to make excuses. She's like, well, you know, the floors, they're really stained. They started in the other wing. They're starting to strip all the floors and redo them because the floors are so stained. We can't even get them clean anymore. And those are just stains. Okay. And so then she said about the blood on the call box or call button. She said, well, you know, when we draw blood kind of splatters a little bit here and there. She goes, that's probably her blood. I was like, no, sis, it's not, because the call button was hanging on the wall behind her bed until like an hour or so ago. It wasn't anywhere on the bed when she was having blood drawn. So it's just disgusting. And then the vial of blood that was sitting there beside the bed, I mean, you guys will see, I'll post a picture, but it had already broken down, and like the plasma was like all on the bottom and whatever. It was disgusting. The table was disgusting that they were laying these instruments on, that they were sticking in her arm to draw blood and do the what the hell is it called? The IV. Like, it's just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I don't know how they haven't been shut down. I guess the state of Illinois just doesn't care. But anyway, all right, that's it. So I sent an email to the CEO of the hospital, Michael Harkey or something like that. And he responded, and this was the response. Doesn't seem like he's too concerned, but we'll see about the other people in the state and everything else that I reported it to, see what they think. Hey guys, good morning. What's going on? So most of you guys have probably seen this video, and I wanted to come on here and address several different things. And if you haven't seen this video, go watch it and then come back. This video would make a little bit more sense as to what's going on and why I posted this video. Now, initially when I posted this video, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I did not think by any means it was going to get 26.2 thousand views, almost pushing, getting close to 30,000 views. Had no idea. This account normally doesn't get hardly any views. I've got 3 accounts. This is one of the ones that hardly gets anything. If I'm lucky, I might get a couple hundred views on a video. So I was extremely surprised when I woke up this morning to this amount of views. And within the last hour, it's grown over 3,500 views in just the last hour. Anyway, that's not the reason I want to do this video. So yesterday, I had to take a close friend of mine, essentially call her my sister, to Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights. So when I posted this video, I did make a major mistake at the very beginning, and I said I was at Northwestern. I was not at Northwestern. I did redact that and correct it. However, for whatever reason, TikTok is being TikTok and it's not changing. If you look at a screenshot of my videos, you can see that I actually took all of that out and changed it, and it's in red now, and it says not Northwestern, this is Northwest Community Hospital. But again, TikTok is being TikTok and not changing it. That's number one. Number two, one of the things that I wanted to address is, well, first of all, let me say thank you. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you almost 30,000 people that has viewed, and almost 300 comments of different people commenting. The comments have been kind of all over the place. A majority of you guys actually were very supportive and gave me some great information that I did not know. I have never been in this situation, and unfortunately, I'm 43 years old. I'll be 44 coming up here very soon. And the last 10 years or so, I've been in and out of the hospital for heart issues and other problems. So very familiar with hospitals. I also have a family member that is an administrator for a hospital in Daytona Beach, Florida. And I have several friends and family that are nurses and things like that. And my family actually owns a medical supply and scrub shop in South Florida for over 20 something years. So we're very familiar with the medical field. Now, with that being said, I got a lot of people that commented and, like I said, was extremely supportive and so forth and so on. A lot of other people commented and told me that I needed to reach out and report the hospital, which I did this morning. I spoke with Illinois Department of Public Health. They asked for photos and the link to the YouTube or to the TikTok video. So I did send all of that over to them, and I was told that this hospital has a bunch of complaints and that they are going to investigate it. So why they didn't investigate with the other complaints is beyond me. The other thing that blew me away was the amount of people that are using short-staffed as an excuse for a dirty emergency room or a hospital. Guys, you have to keep in mind that here in the United States, and I'm not saying this to be rude or nasty or disrespectful to anybody, because everybody is entitled to their own opinion, just like I'm entitled to mine. Unfortunately, mine is backed by law and logic and science and things like that. A lot of you guys are just speaking out the side of your necks. So here in the United States, there is a lot of regulations and rules and laws and things like that are put into place around medical facilities such as this, where they have to be clean and sanitized and sterile and so forth and so on. You guys have to remember that people are coming in there extremely sick. Some people are coming in there with pew-pew wounds that are bleeding. They may have transmittable diseases and things like that. Now, some of those don't live outside of the body for very long. Some of them do. So there's all kind of different things that they have to protect us and themselves in those hospitals. So the excuse that a lot of you guys are using is it's short-staffed. or go somewhere else. Or the one that I absolutely love is somebody told me to volunteer, pick up a broom and start cleaning. Okay, because if I did that, I would be escorted out of there so quick, and you guys know that. Since posting this video though, I did learn that a lot of people have the same feeling about this hospital, the same complaints about this hospital. I didn't realize how many people locally was going to see this. I figured this would be seen elsewhere. I never really thought that it would be seen right here. But a lot of people are saying the same thing, that it's absolutely disgusting, the staff is extremely rude, so forth and so on. So I can tell you a little bit from like when we were there, what we witnessed. So one thing that really sticks out to me was there was a young man that was brought in by ambulance, and I don't know what was wrong with him. And even if I did, I wouldn't, speak on it, because, it's not right to put people's medical stuff out on the internet. But he was extremely sick. He was he was a Hispanic boy. And I say boy, everybody's a boy that I feel like is younger than me. He was probably in his 20s, early 20s. Hispanic boy. His mother was with him. She was olive skin, very beautiful lady. And he was as white as like this page up here. I mean, he was like ghost white. Was in a lot of pain, was screaming, whatever. He was hurting. The ambulance staff even told the ER that he needed to get back there and be seen immediately. And what did they do? They wheeled him out into the waiting room on the bed from the ambulance, made him get off the bed, put him in a wheelchair, and sat him in the lobby. Like, doesn't seem right to me. The hospital wasn't all that busy, mind you. I wish I would have gotten a picture of the waiting room. I didn't, because I didn't want to take pictures of other patients and stuff that was in the hospital. But it wasn't that busy. So for the reason that they were making people sit out there and wait for so long is ridiculous. Now, I've been here before myself a couple of times. Last year I fell and fractured my shoulder in the ice during the snow, or during the winter. And I was in and out really quick. Had no problem. But the one thing that I can always say about that place is it's nasty, and it's getting worse. And seeing vials of blood sitting on countertops that wasn't disposed of, and mind you, it wasn't hers, that's disgusting. There was blood on the side of her call box, which wasn't hers, again, disgusting. Dried blood on the floor. Now, I know that some of the photos and video that I took of the floor and stuff like that, some of those are stains that they're not going to come out. And when I did speak to the charge nurse, she did say that. She said that they are in the process of stripping the floors and re-waxing them and cleaning them. But they started on the other side of the hospital. I did actually have somebody that is a contractor that's working at that hospital on their little remodel staff or whatever they're doing comment, and he said that the place was absolutely disgusting, and he doesn't even like being there as a contractor. So it is what it is. Anyway, I will give you guys more updates on what I find out. Like I said, I did reach out to the Illinois Department of Public Health. I have also spoke with somebody over at WGN News. They may actually be doing a story on this. They were going to run it by their people and see what they wanted to do. But yeah, so I'll let you guys know. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the comments. I literally have read every last 300 of them, and I've tried to respond to a lot of them, but obviously I can't respond to everybody. So anyway, keep pushing this video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Hey, so I want to comment or respond to this. So I did one better. I emailed Catherine Wood, which is the president of the hospital. I also emailed Daniel Raven, I guess that's how you pronounce that, vice president. And I also emailed, and he's also the chair of the ER as well, it says, and I'm directly on their website. And another guy by the name of Brian, I can't pronounce the last name, he's vice chair. And then I also emailed the CEO of Northwest Community Hospital, which his name is Michael Harkey, I guess is how you pronounce. I don't know. I'm horrible with pronouncing names. Anyway, I did email all of them. I also sent a very long worded email to the state of Illinois. They have actually already responded to me and said that they do have other complaints about this hospital, and that they have opened an investigation into it. They wanted to know if I wanted to remain anonymous or if I wanted to share my information. I shared my information because I don't care. I also shared the links to my TikTok page, so they can see that as well. So I will keep you guys updated. Thank you for all the comments, and I'll catch you on the next video. Goodness. Okay, so number one, I did take it to the administrator. I also took it to the charge nurse, and all of them pretty much said, oh, freaking well, they didn't care. So now I have reported to the state of Illinois Public Health. I've also reported to WGN News. I don't know why the hell I'm stuttering. I've also reported it to NBC Chicago. I've reached out to their CEO. I've reached out to their president, their chair, and their vice chair. I've reported it to everyone and sent photos. And yes, healthcare is a dumpster fire. But unless you speak up and complain about it, things don't get fixed. So that's what we're doing. I did reach out to the state of Illinois Public Health, and they have already responded to me and said that this hospital has several complaints. They are now opening an investigation now that I sent photos and videos and the link to TikTok. They have actually reviewed it and seen how many views. We're pushing like 30,000 views already in less than 12 hours, which is ridiculous. My videos never get that. So, you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Maybe I'm just taking this comment a little bit too sensitive, if you will. But I have family members. I actually have was she my cousin? She is the administrator for the hospital in Daytona Beach, and I sent her the video, and she responded and said that it was absolutely unacceptable, it was absolutely disgusting, and that I needed to report it as well. And she praised me for making the videos that I did and exposing it. So if you're offended, I am sincerely sorry. Not really. It is what it is, you know. Companies, organizations, businesses, hospitals, doctors' offices, things like that, they need to be held accountable. And the excuses of they're short-staffed, throw that shit out the window. Maybe during COVID, but, you know, we're post-COVID, you know, so there's no reason that these organizations and these companies and places and stuff use the excuse of, oh, well, we're short-staffed. Hire people. As many illegals and everything else that has been allowed to come into this country and given authorization to work and whatever, put their ass to work. Stop giving out all of our hard-earned tax dollars to give them food stamps and medical and dental benefits and cash assistance. Make them work. Obviously, this hospital has some openings. Send them there.
Thank you. Finally, somebody with some common sense spoke up. So, yeah, all these comments about, oh, it's understaffed. That's not an excuse. Maybe when we were in the middle of COVID and the nurses and doctors and stuff like that was so overworked and underpaid for the amount of work and stuff that they had to do dealing with COVID patients. But we're not dealing with that. Yeah, I mean, there's still people getting sick with COVID, but it's not like it was before. Don't get me wrong. But I greatly appreciate nurses and doctors and whatever, but using the excuse of understaffed is a mute discussion at this point.
We are in 2024, about to be in 2025. That is not an excuse you can use anymore.
Hey, so just seen this. It's taken me a little while to respond to people because I'm out doing stuff right now. But I wanted to respond to this person. So from what I was told by the nurses and stuff that have been reaching out to me, they are supposed to have, and I use that word very strongly, they're supposed to have a cleaning staff that comes in behind each patient that is, discharged and turn over the room, clean the room. But unfortunately, Endeavor, or Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights, is extremely cheap, and they do have some cleaning people that are there. However, from my understanding, they pretty much just do some laundry and that's about it. And the cleaning responsibility is kind of the responsibility of everybody at that hospital. Now, that's not the correct way. That's not the way it's supposed to be. They are supposed to have a cleaning staff that comes in and turns over the rooms and sanitizes and makes sure that the beds are changed and all surfaces are wiped down with sanitary wipes and the floors are cleaned and sanitized in between each and every patient. They're also supposed to have PPE covers and things like that over medical equipment and instruments, which they do not have even at that hospital. And when I tell you guys, I'm not even exaggerating, there was dust at least an inch to an inch and a half thick on medical equipment. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you guys that. So just wanted to follow up and respond to that question, because I do see this question quite a bit. And I also do see a lot of people saying that it's the nurse's responsibility to clean the rooms, and that's actually not, it's half correct, but it's not correct. They are supposed to have a cleaning staff that comes in and turns over these rooms. This particular hospital, for whatever reason, they're extremely cheap, and they just don't have the cleaning staff that they're supposed to have. So nurses and whoever sees a dirty room, I can tell you that when we got there to go into that room was absolutely filthy. Even as far as the bed wasn't made, there was like dirty linens and things on there. It was two nurse trainees that came in and cleaned the room, and the only reason I know they were nurse trainees is because those are the same two people that drew her blood when they cleaned the room and got her in the room. So yeah, that's the way that hospital operates, which is not the correct protocol or the way it's supposed to be operating, but unfortunately that's just the way it goes. But hopefully after these series of videos, it brings some attention to that hospital and forces them to make the changes that is required. So we'll see. Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Halloween. We did finally get a response. I'm just going to try to do this video a little bit differently, but TikTok's not working with me, and I'm also illiterate when it comes to trying to figure stuff out like this. So for those of you that have not been watching, I posted a video several days ago in reference to Northwest Community Hospital and how nasty their ER department and their hospital was. And so I made a series of videos, roughly about 72,000 views over all of the videos that I've posted so far. And I was going to just kind of let it go, but I'm having a lot of you that work there at Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights message me, and you guys are all giving me some backside of what's going on there at the hospital. Apparently my videos have caused an uproar there at the hospital, which is nice. But more so, they're angry that I posted the videos, and I was sent this email. Obviously you can't see it all because I'm in the middle of it, but I will read it to you. I told the nurse that emailed me or messaged me yesterday that I would post this on here so you guys can see it. But yeah, let's get into it. So it says, this serves as a follow-up to the concerns you brought forth regarding your sister's October 28th, 2024 visit to Northwest Community Emergency Department. I want to start by letting you know that we are sorry that you and your sister did not have a positive experience. We know you entrusted us with your care, and our goal for patients and their family is both to feel comfortable and confident in the treatment that we provide. The concerns shared in your October 29th, 2024 email to our Edwards Health Help Desk was forwarded to Patients Experience Department. The concerns in the email was formally documented and reviewed with the Emergency Department Manager and Director of Environmental Services. Now, I'm going to stop right here because I know that this is a lie, because one of the people that reached out to me actually works in the ER department at Northwest Community Hospital, and they said that none of this happened, and nobody was nobody in their department was contacted. Nothing has been changed. There's no new protocols. There's no nothing. And I'm getting a little ahead of myself because that's farther down in this email. But this individual, she confirmed with me. She even went as far as telling me, she goes, if you don't believe that I really work here, she goes, I'll meet you in the parking garage on the second floor of the ER, and you and I can talk face to face if you would like. She goes, but rest assured, I do work here. I do work in the ER department. And the email, because I copied and pasted the email and sent it to her, she said it's absolute BS. This was them trying to save face for TikTok and try to make the community think that they addressed the issues and they didn't know that this problem was going on. And she said it's absolute BS. But anyway, so the email goes on to say, we would like to start by thanking you for sharing your observation and concerns regarding cleanliness of the department. As an organization, we are committed to providing our patients, visitors, and staff a safe and clean care environment. The leaders reviewed these concerns to immediately correct and recognize there are opportunities to improve. Our leaders conveyed with key support services to validate and enhance our routine cleaning practices, developed clean signage when a room has been cleaned and ready to use, and an enhanced checklist with clear responsibilities for routine room cleaning with education to staff. We would like to assure you that we have taken the appropriate follow-up measures with the staff involved to ensure a safe environment for all patients, visitors, and staff. If you have any further concerns, feel free to reach out to us, and they leave their phone number, blah, blah, blah. Again, I've had many people that have reached out to me that work there at the hospital that are current employees and previous employees, and a couple people that has reached out to me that are contractors there on property currently working. And I had one person that reached out to me that somehow found my videos, who is a current patient who is hospitalized there and is undergoing some serious medical problems. We'll leave it at that. They did discuss it with me, but obviously I'm not going to put their business out there. This email and everything is to save face. It's to try to make these videos and stuff go away. I had that same nurse that works there in the ER. She said to me, she said, thank you so much for making these videos and bringing awareness to this, because this is an issue that has been going on for about a year and a half now. And she said that when they speak up and they say something and they bring awareness or attention to it, they're threatened that they're going to be fired if they continue to cause problems. So, you know, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I hope the state of Illinois pops in on them before they get anything cleaned up. From what the lady at the ER that I spoke to yesterday, she said that nothing's been changed. There's nothing been cleaned. There's no, like, anything's changed. Like, this email was just to save face. So It is what it is. If you guys are watching this now and you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, there is a series of videos. I do have the top 3 pinned. The one that you see with the little eyeball on it that TikTok all of a sudden after 40 something thousand views thought that it was inappropriate and filtered it. You can click on it and click watch anyway. You'll be able to still see it. The only thing that it shows in there that some people may find offensive, if you will, is a vial of blood that was sitting on a countertop and was just left sitting there, along with dried blood on a call box and dried blood on the floor that the emergency room staff never cleaned up. So anyway, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. There's also a couple other messages that I'm going to post in here for you guys to see that I've received. Like I said, I've had a lot of people. Guys, when I did these series of videos, or even that very first video that got over 40 something thousand views on just the one video, I never in a million years thought that I was going to get messages and responses from actual patients and staff and prior staff, and never in a million years did I think I was going to get the views that I got for this. But I'm glad that I did, because it did bring attention. It got the attention of a couple news medias here in the Chicago area, or the suburbs, because I know so many of you are offended by that too, that we call the suburbs part of Chicago. Anyway, so yes, thank you guys for each and every one of you that have been watching the videos. I know the one video that has like over 40 something thousand views has been saved over 830 something times. And I think the last check, it had been forwarded or sent to somebody else like over 2,000 something times. So thank you guys again for all the attention that you guys have brought to this. If you guys are bored and would like to go on to Northwest Community Hospital ER, Arlington Heights, Illinois, like on the Google, and leave a 1-star review and just speak up. And our voices is what makes change. And I know a lot of people were in their feelings and upset that I made these videos. The majority of people were happy that I did, but there was some people that were really offended and upset that I made these videos and had so much to say. And to those of you that you're just miserable in life. But for those of you that actually see the reason that I was doing these videos, it wasn't for views, because like I said, I really didn't think I was going to get views, so I'm surprised that I did. And the only reason I continue to make follow-up videos is because so many people have asked me to continue posting on this and continue to bring attention to it, because it is causing a disturbance at the hospital, and people are pissed. And when people are pissed off, it means I'm getting close to uncovering something that I haven't uncovered yet, and they're worried that people are going to see what's really happening. So thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hey, good morning, guys. What's going on? Welcome back. So I continue to get messages from folks who work for NCH, so forth and so on. This is another person that works there. So I want to say something real quick before I start reading this. So for any of you guys that work at the hospital that are messaging me, this person said it, and a couple other people have said it to me. So I just want to reiterate something for you guys. At no time, any shape, form, or fashion will I ever divulge your information, or who you are, or what even what department you work in. So feel comfortable and rest assured that when you message me in reference to what you've seen or what your personal opinion is of NCH, that I'm not going to turn around and blow your cover or tell anybody who you are. Me making these videos was in no means a way to jeopardize anybody's job at NCH other than the big wigs and the people that make more money than we can comprehend. It is to bring awareness to the hospital and to the situation. And I have had a lot of people reach out to me and message me and tell me that this isn't the only hospital that's like that. Unfortunately, it's the only one that I've been into that is like that. And unfortunately, I have been going in and out of hospitals since like 2011 with medical issues. So this is the first one I've experienced. It has been really disgusting like this. NCH used to be North Shore Medical Center. And when North Shore was in business, they were fairly clean. I never had an issue with them. I was hospitalized in North Shore in Evanston, Illinois, with heart problems back in, 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. And I had no complaints. The level of care was fantastic. The cleanliness of the hospital was fantastic. The food was fantastic. I had no problem, but NCH is completely different. Anyway, let's get into this message real quick. So this person messaged, she said, so, he or she, I don't know from the name, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Said, so, you've been given a lot of misinformation about the company and who owns who. How do I know? I work there. NCH was a great community hospital until 3.5 years ago when we were bought out by North Shore. North Shore also bought Swedish in Chicago, and about 2 years ago, North Shore merged with Edward Elmhurst Hospital. The entire organization got renamed to Endeavor Health beginning this year. Endeavor, at its core, is North Shore and Elmhurst people. It's not a third party. I don't know where that came from because I don't recall ever saying anything about it being a third party, but maybe I did. Or I think I don't know. I have to go back. Anyway, since all the buyouts and the changes, the community feel at NCH has gone and corporate has taken over. Not justifying what you shared with the lack of cleanliness. Just wanted to set the record straight and keep you rightly informed. I also want my identity to be kept confidential. Hope whoever you were here with is doing better. So again, as you guys can see, I do mask their names out. I will never share where I get any of my information from, but I will share the information that is given to me in the messages that I receive, and I have gotten a lot. Also, I want to comment real quickly on a few messages that I've gotten. I've responded to them, but just so I kind of publicly come on here and say it, the reason that I have turned the comments off on a majority of the videos, I did turn the comments back on the first video that I posted. They blew all this up like it is. But the reason that I initially turned the comments off is because, one, I was getting a lot of really hateful, rude, disrespectful, and nasty comments. TikTok finally seen that, and they sent me a message and turned bully, what they call it, bully protection on my account. So now I can't, people can't leave such hateful comments. It'll be filtered out, supposedly. So that was number one. Number two, the reason I turned the comments off is because not only do I do social media for a living, this account is just like a little play account that I used to play with and whatever, and I chose to post the video on here and it blew up to what it has. And I think I went from like, the last time I looked, I went from like 2,500 followers to now I'm like over 8,000, which is crazy. But I'm on Instagram and I'm on YouTube, and I was a full-time YouTuber for many years of automotive stuff and whatever. And then I also work full-time. So when your phone is going off nonstop with message after message after message after message, it gets tiring, and I ended up turning the comments off. So that's why I turned them off. I think a lot of you guys think that I turned them off because of some sinister plan that I just wanted to spread information and didn't want anybody to comment on it or whatever. So that's the reason the comments were turned off. I know there's still going to be some people out there that think that that's BS, that ain't why the comments are off, but it is what it is. Y'all can believe what you want to. Comments are on this post. They're on the last couple of posts, and they're on the original post. Some of the other posts I do still have them off, and I will leave them off. But with that being said, anybody from NCH that sees these videos, please feel comfortable in messaging me, just like I did with this individual who messaged me and several others. I will not divulge your information. The only people that I do share the information or share who sent the message is when Michael Hart K, I found out is how you pronounce his name. I obviously shared his, and anybody that's at a VP level or higher up in the food chain. But little guys and nurses assistants and dialysis techs and x-ray techs and whoever else that messages me, rest assured your identity is not going to be shared. Your title is not going to be shared if you share it with me. Some of you guys are not, which is fine. I actually had, and I was thinking about doing a video on it, but you could hear their voice and things like that, and I'm just not going to do that. I just feel that that's just a little bit too far. I did have somebody meet with me and talk to me, who works for the hospital, and with their agreement, I recorded the conversation just so I could have the information readily available. And but I'm not going to share it because they did give me a lot of information, and you can hear their voice obviously, and I don't want anybody to be able to recognize the person's voice. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for continuing to watch these videos and blowing these up. I also have seen all the messages from the folks that live here in our community who is been thanking me for posting these videos and telling me that this needs to get out and be seen because they've had kids there or they get treatment there or whatever, and that they 110% agree with what I have said and that the hospital is absolutely disgusting. I have gotten a couple of messages from people who claim that they work there, and say that the hospital is not dirty and I'm full of it and yada yada yada, and that it's the cleanest place that they've ever been to. And to those folks, if you are real and that's the cleanest hospital you've ever been to, I'd hate to see your home. With that being said, I'll catch you on the next video. Hey guys, good morning. So finally got my voice back a little bit, still a little scratchy, but for those of you that are just coming across this video, you probably want to go back and watch the series of videos. So far in the last 7 days, we've gotten over 107,000 views on this little series that I'm doing, and this is in reference to Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights, Illinois. So just to give a quick backstory before I read this message, I took my sister in to get some medical attention, and upon getting there, the emergency room was extremely dirty. This is actually a photo among several that I got, but this is a photo of the floor in the ER, and this is actual dirt. This isn't staining, this is just dirt. I'm not really so much worried about the walls because, hell, if you walk around my apartment, spots in my walls where the dogs ran into it or my shoes have hit it or rubbed up against it, everybody's walls get dirty. With that being said, I've been getting a ton of messages from emergency room staff and from hospital staff there at Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights. And so this morning, I received another message. I did share one yesterday, and the person that I shared the message from yesterday, they requested to be completely anonymous. They didn't want any screenshots of the messages. So I respected their privacy and did that. And this individual has asked for the same. Now, this individual has actually given us quite a bit of information. So this is a video that you probably want to stay and watch if you are invested in this, what's going on. So this person says, "Please keep me anonymous. I don't work in the emergency department, but I do work at the hospital as an RN. For those of you that don't know, RN is registered nurse. Being honest, I was first upset to see your video because I know ED, emergency department staff, is working so hard. However, I then realized that despite that, the room status is far from acceptable. Since in Denver, the corporate team, which switched our ratios to be bare minimum, though still legally considered safe, it is significantly impacted quality patient care, and they downstaffed EVS. And for those of you that don't know, EVS is environmental services, which environmental services is actually the ones that are supposed to be cleaning these rooms. This person goes on to say, no matter how hard our floor manager tries to vouch for us and needing more staff, they are left unanswered. Now, that is something that I continue to hear time and time again, that staff at this hospital are completely ignored by their higher ups, and that is ridiculous. Says, I hope this attention helps change things. I hate when we are so busy that I feel like I'm not giving patients the best care they deserve simply because we are short-staffed. That is not an excuse for how dirty the rooms was, but hospital care entirely has gone down, and that is just a sad reality. As you personally saw, I hope staff, nurse and techs especially, see change with staffing, and I hope EVS, Environmental Services, does as well. Change does need to happen if they want to remain a quality hospital. That said, thank you so much for reaching out beyond just the hospital. We need change. I love my coworkers. They are quality nurses. Quality goes way down when staffing ratios change. I love the EVS staff too. I'm rooting for the attention of your videos and rooting for employee staff that not only want change but deserve it. Thank you again. Leave me anonymous, please. And then this person goes on to say, you can read my message if you do want to post about it, but I too would like no screenshots. It's scary speaking up. I don't know about you guys, but the general census I take away from this message, along with so many others, is that the staff that work there are truly scared to say anything because they are afraid of retaliation from their staff or from their higher ups, which is absolutely ridiculous. As a employee, you should be allowed, when there's something that you see within the workplace that is unacceptable, it's something you should be able to speak up about. Give me just a second. While I was recording this, another message just came through. Let me read this real quick. Hold on. Okay, I was going to post this comment as well, but I think I'm going to make a whole separate video on this because they're not necessarily talking about just Northwest Community. They are a retired nurse who is talking about something else that we could do in reference to this hospital and somebody else that we need to reach out to, and it's giving us quite a bit of information. So I'll do a whole separate video on this one probably later today or tomorrow. So anyway, guys, drop your comments below. Continue to share these videos out. They're getting amazing views, and they're doing what they were intended to do. So thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you on the next video. Hey guys, what is going on? So this is November 6th. This is a update on Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights. And you may be wondering what this photo is right here. This is a photo that one of the current RNs there at Northwest Community Hospital sent me last night. And this is one of the bathrooms for the patient's rooms. So anyway, as you guys know, I've been really sick, so I haven't been on here in the last couple of days posting updates. I've been reading all of your messages. I feel a hell of a lot better today. I'm still super congested. Y'all can hear it in my voice. But I needed to get on here and talk to you guys about the messages that I have received over the last few days
from current and past employees there at Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights. So first and foremost, I want to answer or just kind of address a couple of things that I keep seeing people comment. I have a lot of people that keep asking me, did I reach out to the state of Illinois Public Health? Yes, I did. I did that almost immediately. I think the very next day after I posted the very first video. By the way, guys, I want to tell y'all, thank y'all so freaking much, because in the last 7 days, we have reached 204,000 people with these series of videos. The last update video I did, when I checked it last night, I haven't looked this morning, had a little over 77,000 views. More views on that than the original video. The original video is sitting right at about 50,000. Anyway, so a lot of the staff that has been reaching out to me, they have asked me to not identify them, and I am going to continue to respect their wishes, because some of the messages that I've gotten, I'm starting to realize that I think a lot of these people are really in fear of losing their job for speaking out. And a lot of them have been speaking out, and they get ignored there at the hospital. So let me read you really quickly some of these messages that I got. I'm not going to go in full depth of a lot of the messages, because some of them are very long-winded or long, which I appreciate, because you guys give me a lot of context on what's going on at that hospital. But I want to give you guys kind of a quick overview on this quick little 10-minute video, and I do hope that you guys take the time to watch the entire thing. Okay, so let's get into a few of these messages. Again, I'm not going to read the entire context of some of the messages, because they give a lot of information that could help hospital staff identify who they are. So this particular person says, first, thank you for bringing this attention, and hopefully the right places. Second, please keep me anonymous if you share my message, as I can't afford to lose my job, and yes, I'm looking and currently applying elsewhere. Says, I work at NCH, and it is a complete dumpster fire. We have tried so hard to get attention to get it clean, and no one does anything. Just last year, my particular unit, among several others, was almost shut down due to how dirty it was. That comes from a current employee of Northwest Community Hospital. Another person that messaged me said that they are an ex-employee of NCH, Arlington Heights, and that the CEO, Michael Hartkay, was just completely horrible to work for. He continued to outsource employees. And this person also goes on to tell me, do not eat anything out of their kitchen or cafeteria, because it is absolutely disgusting in the back. Here is one that really stood out to me, because this person contradicts literally everything that hospital staff, not nurses and stuff like that that's messaged me, but higher ups, has said. And so this really stood out to me. It says, hey, Sean, I used to work there, and a former ER friend of mine told me that they do not even have EVS. If you guys don't know what EVS is, it's environmental services. It's the people that's supposed to be cleaning the rooms. It says the ER doesn't even have EVS workers cleaning the room upon discharge. Nurses and techs are the ones to clean the room, but they are just quickly wiping things down before new admission or new patients come in. When my friend told me that, I was disgusted. NCH loves to cut budgets and say they don't have money to hire more people. So I did some digging into this, and I did come to find out that a investment company owns NCH. So the name of the company that owns them is NS-EE Holdings. So when I did a little bit of research on them, I found out that they were originally based out of, or they're based out of China. They are a Chinese-based company. And they do have offices in the United States. They do have an office in Beverly Hills, California. But that explains a lot, because these investment firms that buy hospitals and things like that, their bottom line, or the main reason that they buy these places, is to make money. They could absolutely care less about patient care, about the community in which they buy it in, or anything else. Their bottom line is to get rich, and to get rich quick, and then to dump the property. So, with that being said, that explains a lot of what is going on at North Community Hospital in Arlington Heights. Here's one last message that I'm going to read, and this was from somebody else who used to work at NCH. It says, I used to work at NCH many years ago, and it was never like that. That is probably because of the merger. That syringe on the counter looks like it is a blood gas syringe that was taken by a respiratory therapist. The blood comes from an artery, not the vein, and needs to be taken to the lab immediately, or it will, I can't pronounce that, fucking coagulate, as it did in the photo. Thank you for sharing, and please continue to post these videos, as it helps the community tremendously. So I'm going to continue doing these videos because you guys are messaging me like crazy. Okay, here's one last one. This is one that I remember the other day when I did the video when I was so sick that I was going to post about, and I did not. So it says, hey Sean, as a retired RN, I applaud your efforts to improve quality of care and holding the appropriate people accountable for the conditions at Northwest Community Hospital. I strongly recommend you file a complaint with Joint Commission. They are a federally accredited organization that holds hospitals responsible for the experience your sister received. They are the ones who hospitals fear because they have the utmost power to levy fines, or in some circumstances shut departments down until the hospital proves they are up to federal standards. What's great about JACHO is they will send people over to the hospital with zero warning, and they are legally allowed access to whatever they want. I personally filed a report against a hospice company, and JACHO showed up unannounced and found them to be guilty of Medicare fraud. The understaffing of hospitals is a huge part of the problem, but business people are running the show, so all they care about is increasing profits and decreasing expenses. Quality of patient care is no longer a priority. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for speaking out. These are the types of messages that I continue to get. So, guys, thank you again so much for watching. Things like this photo right here, this is unacceptable in a hospital, guys. And it blows my freaking mind how many people are messaging. And I get it. A lot of them are trolls. A lot of them have nothing better to do than just comment on people's video, just be a complete jackass. I get that, and that's fine. My block finger is strong. But what just blows me away is the people that are honestly feel like this is acceptable in a hospital. Guys, people come into hospitals because they are sick, because they have diseases or infections or whatever, and they need a sterile, clean environment in which to get the treatments. And when they're coming into things like that, it's not clean, safe for anyone. So, all right, guys, have a great day. I could not agree with you more. So, you know, it's so funny because I think a lot of people think that I posted these videos because I wanted the attention, or I wanted to make money off of the content because I'm a monetized creator and whatever. You know, there's been a lot of different messages and people not supporting me and talking trash and whatever. And it's been quite a few people that even work at the hospital that has reached out that were really nasty. One of which I never do this, but one of which I actually reported today. I sent screenshots of the nasty message that they sent, and they were dumb enough to have their Instagram page linked to their TikTok, and was able to screenshot it, send it to the CEO, and maybe he can explain to his staff what they are supposed to be doing. So with that being said, I just want to say this too, is at no point have I ever posted these videos thinking that the nurses are the ones that are supposed to be cleaning these hospital rooms, because they're not. They're supposed to have environmental services staff on, on each floor, working and cleaning rooms and doing what they're supposed to do. It is not the nurses' jobs. It's not the tech's jobs. It's none of their jobs to clean these rooms. That's not what they were hired for. They are 110% there to save lives, to administer life-saving techniques, to draw blood, to do tests, to do whatever they need to do to save a person's life, or to heal them if they're ill. So for the people that just really got offended by the videos and thought that I made these videos and was attacking nurses and techs, they one, are too sensitive. But two, that wasn't the intention of any of these videos. They are solely to bring awareness to our healthcare system here in the United States. It is extremely broken. It's not just this hospital, and I know that. All of these hospitals are extremely broken. Our medical staff are underpaid, overworked. The healthcare system in the United States is horrible. And we need to bring awareness. And if I'm the one to do it, and I'm the one to start getting attention to the healthcare system here in the United States and Illinois and everywhere else, then great, I'll be that person. I have nothing but time on my hands. I work for myself. I am a full-time Uber driver, and I do Instacart full-time. And I have nothing but time on my hands. So if me posting these videos get the awareness and what I need to do to get the attention, then by all means I will do that. But thank you so much for the comment, and let's keep on posting these videos and sharing these videos, and hopefully with all the attention that these are getting now, hopefully we can make some change.
Hey guys, what's going on? So I wanted to do an update video on this. Most of you guys probably recognize this photo and probably have watched the whole series of different videos. So I had some emails and stuff that I received this morning, and I also wanted to kind of give you guys an update on what is going on so far. So the outpouring of comments and messages and things like that have been so greatly appreciated. Some of you are trolls and just wanted to harass people, but the rest of you guys genuinely was intrigued and interested and concerned about the conditions of this hospital. So kind of wanted to give you guys a quick update because as of this morning, the entire series of videos, the original video that I posted along with all of the responses and things like that, has gained almost 70,000 views, which I'm absolutely floored. So thank you guys for watching. I definitely, when I posted, I'll be completely honest with you, and I think I've said this a couple times, I never expected to get anywhere near that. I thought maybe at most I might get 1,000 views on it, but almost 70,000, I'm blown away. So along with a lot of the messages and stuff that I've been receiving is a lot of employees and ex-employees of the hospital. So first and foremost, before I get into that, let me address this as well, because I've said it in many different posts and things like that, that I screwed up when I initially filmed the very first video. I said I was at Northwestern, and I was not. I was at Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights. A lot of you guys came for me on that. A lot of you guys came for me with saying it's not Chicago. It's a suburb. Arlington Heights is a suburb of Chicago. Yeah, I'm sorry to break that news to you guys. Those that are hardcore city people and don't want to agree that this is the suburbs of Chicago. Anyway, so yes, I was at Northwest Community Hospital at 800 West Central Road in Arlington Heights. They are owned by Endeavor. Come to find out, they were prior was North Shore Community Hospital. And I wondered why. I was like a little confused because I remember North Shore. I've been in North Shore many times, but I never really paid attention to the name change or anything like that, and didn't know that Endeavor had bought out and renamed everything Northwest Community Hospital. So there's that. Anyway, so going back to what I was saying, I've had a lot of current staff, ex-staff reach out to me, and prior patients, and one person that reached out to me who was currently hospitalized at the hospital in a room and was on his phone messaging me about the things that he has seen and the conditions that he had seen in the hospital. So I can tell you that the general census from everything that I'm getting from all of the staff that have messaged me and previous staff and the patient that messaged me is the hospital is pretty run down. Since Endeavor bought the hospital from North Shore, apparently things have just went way down. I had one lady message me, and she said that she used to be a nurse there, and when this new company took over, her and her entire staff for the floor that she was on quit and walked out. And I've had a lot of people message me about that. A lot of people has said that when this new company took over, they quit because this new company, Endeavor, has a horrible reputation on the way they treat their staff. They are overworked, underpaid. They don't get the help that they need. And this is what ends up happening. We get things that look like this, and blood left on tables, and nasty floors, and blood splatter on things that shouldn't be blood splattered. So I can tell you from every one of the responses that I've got from current and former employees of this hospital, they said, and I quote, "It's not acceptable. The way the condition and the pictures that I sent is not up to code. It is not proper. It is not supposed to be going on. And it is actually against the law here in the state of Illinois. These medical facilities are required and governed by certain protocols and rules and laws in the state of Illinois, and this is in most states, it's not just Illinois. They are required to sanitize the room between each patient. I know a lot of you guys have been commenting, well, they didn't have time in between patients. Grow up, stop complaining, blah, 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 blah. It's the law. They have to. So regardless if they've got a guy with his guts hanging out in the lobby, they have to take 5 minutes and sterilize that room and clean that room and get it ready for the patient. You guys have to think of it this way. You have patients that are coming in there that may have HIV and AIDS. You've got people that are coming in there that may have hepatitis or other transmittable diseases. And when you're coming in there and there's blood splatter on the floor or on things that you're touching, you can contract that. And that's not okay. And for those of you that think that that's okay, you guys really need to have your head examined, because it's not okay. This is still the United States. We're not a third world country. We have the technology, we have the resources, we have everything available to us to operate and run better than what they are doing, and they're just choosing not to. Now, I will say this, my hat is off to all the nurses, doctors, and medical staff that are there, even those that have a really foul, nasty attitude. My hat is still off to you guys as well. And I'll say this, because You guys are so overworked and underpaid and underappreciated and treated the way you are. This hospital shows, because just like with any job, once you get into a job where you feel like you're no longer appreciated and you're just kind of up to here with everything, you just say fuck it. And that's what a lot of the staff is doing. They're fed up. They're fed up with the hospital. They're fed up with their leadership, and they just don't care anymore. And it shows, unfortunately. And we, as the patients, have to suffer because of it. So I reached out to the CEO, Michael, whatever the hell his last name was. He responded with a very quick little, didn't really dismissive answer, I guess I'll say. You can scroll back in my feed and look if you haven't seen it yet. I did post a picture of his email. Very dismissive, didn't act like he really cared, which is the general census, again, from the staff and the ex-staff, is the leadership there just doesn't care. So I'm not really surprised. Now, with all that being said, I will say that I did have an email this morning from WGN News. If you don't know who WGN News is, come out from underneath the rock and Google them. They are a news organization in Chicago, but they are viewed worldwide. They are currently gathering data. They said they are looking into some things, and they are working or speaking with their leadership to see if this is a story that they want to do. The person that responded to me said that more than likely they will do a story on this, because after a little bit of digging they did and watching my videos and reading the comments before I turned them off. And guys, I turned the comments off because you guys were just like bombarding me with comments. I love it, but I will leave the comments on this video for a while. But anyway, we shall see. There's probably going to be a news story done on this, and camera crew is probably going to show up at the hospital looking for some explanation. I know that leadership from that hospital hasn't cared what I had to say, so even with the amount of views. And then the last thing is Illinois Department of Public Health did reach out to me, and they are opening an investigation on the hospital as well. So you know how these hospitals operate, though. Now that they know that, they're going to bust their asses for the next couple of days trying to get this hospital in top shape and clean before somebody comes in from the state and busts their behinds. But it is what it is. I did my part. All right, guys, drop your comments below. Thank you so much, and I so sincerely appreciate all the views. I love when I get comments like this. It's hilarious. I wish people that made content like this put on some scrubs and actually worked in the day of the life. Healthcare has been hurting since COVID. Just be grateful that you have a place to seek care. Why would I be grateful to come into a nasty hospital that more than likely you're going to leave with something that you didn't come there with? I don't know where you're from, Thought Patrol, but I would love to see your house. I would, because if you think that a nasty hospital is acceptable here in the United States, then you're ridiculous. You're crazy. Even third world countries, or other countries, I should say, have cleaner hospitals than what we experience with Endeavor and other hospitals in this area. So, like I commented before I made this video response to you, is I wish you would have taken the time to watch all the videos, because you would know that I give my hat off. I take my hat off to the nurses and the doctors and the technicians that go into work every single day and care for patients. You will also know, if you would have watched all the videos, that a majority of the people that have reached out to me has had nothing nice to say about that hospital. You would also know that a lot of the people that work there have reached out to me
Nurses have put their jobs on the line and reached out to me and sent me photos and sent me details about the things that go on in that hospital, and even them themselves find it unacceptable. And a lot of them that have been reaching out to me have been telling me that they've been looking for employment elsewhere because they are so fed up with Endeavor and the company that runs them or owns them. So before you leave stupid comments like this, take the time to watch the other videos, know what the hell you're talking about. And if you find it acceptable to go to a hospital that is absolutely disgusting, then come to Illinois and go to Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights, Illinois. You'll fit right in. You'll love it. Maybe you should get a job there. Have a good day. Hey guys, what's going on? So, wanted to come on here and give you guys another update. I swear, just as soon as I think I've kind of stopped doing these videos and this stuff is dying down, more stuff happens and I get more messages and comments and things like that. So I come back and do more videos. So a lot of you guys keep mentioning that I needed to contact Joint Commission. I had been sick for literally like almost a week now, and so I haven't felt like doing anything. But I did finally submit the complaint today to Joint Commission. I also gave them the link to my TikTok so they could see all of the videos and go through and read all of the comments on the videos that people have loved. So from my understanding, Joint Commission, for those of you that don't know, will more than likely go in and do a routine inspection of the premises and the property. And I know that somebody's going to comment, well, why would you post this on TikTok and warn the hospital that Joint Commission is probably coming? At the end of the day, and this is just my personal opinion, some of you guys may feel differently, but at the end of the day, here's the thing. If they know that Joint Commission is going to come in and tear their hospital apart and fine them for the conditions, and that prompts them to get off of their rear ends and clean the hospital before Joint Commission comes, then I've still done a service to the community. I've cleaned up the hospital. If they don't clean the hospital up and Joint Commission comes in and fines them or shuts down their ER department, then I've still won. So in either case, I've still done a service to the community of Arlington Heights and Rolling Meadows and Des Plaines and Palatine, and I'm trying to think of the other communities that are right close by, Schaumburg, any of those that may possibly use that hospital. I have read the comments every single day that you guys leave, and you guys all are fantastic. You guys are absolutely killing it with the views. Over 253,000 views in the last 7 days. I'm blown away. Videos have been shared over 1,900 and videos have been shared 1,872 times in the last 7 days. You guys are knocking the shit out of the park, and I appreciate you guys tremendously. The community appreciates you guys. We are bringing light to this hospital. And for those of you that don't know the hospital we're talking about, it is Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights, Illinois, 800 Central Avenue, Arlington Heights. They are like right on the border of Arlington Heights and Rolling Meadows. Guys, these hospitals have to be held accountable. And for those of you that just continue to comment and say, oh, all of them are like this, it's normal, whatever. Just because all of them are like this and it's normal, it doesn't make it right. We as patients deserve to have clean rooms. And I know that there's been some nurses and stuff that have seen these videos, and a few of them felt offended by the fact that I am calling this out and feeling like, I'm kind of attacking you guys as nurses. This has absolutely nothing to do with you guys. You guys are fantastic at your jobs. You're greatly appreciated, and without you guys, these hospitals and stuff couldn't run. Why I'm doing these videos, and the frustration is, we pay thousands and thousands of dollars for healthcare, millions, billions of dollars for healthcare in the United States. And we receive stuff like this. We go into hospitals that are dirty, and we go into hospitals where there's blood left sitting on counters. We go into hospitals where the countertops that they are, setting instruments that they're going to stick inside of our bodies. We're going into hospitals looking like this, and that's not acceptable. You can see this thing over here is full of dirty sheets, soiled linens and things. I mean, I get that's a normal thing in a hospital, but when's the last time that was changed? It's completely full. Tables are disgusting. Blood's left sitting on the thing until it started to separate. If you haven't seen the other photos, go back. There's other posts where you can scroll through all the photos that I had taken. The day that I was at this hospital, there was dried blood on the floor. There was dried blood on the patient call box. There was urine on the toilets. There was trash on the floors in the bathrooms. There was black mold or mold. I don't know if it was black mold, but it was mold on the side of the shower wall, growing up the side of the shower in the bathroom in the ER. It was just disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. This is a place that people with immune compromised or compromised immune systems go in for treatment to get better, and they're going into a place that looks like it's a third world country. It's absolutely disgusting. So yeah, I'm a little pissed off. I'm upset, and I'm going to continue to call awareness to it until I get confirmation from somebody in this hospital, or I personally walk back into the hospital. At this point, I know my video has been shared all throughout the hospital, so I don't even know if I can get treated at this hospital anymore. I'll probably walk in and be escorted right back out. And I know this because several of the RNs that work at this hospital have messaged me and told me, your video has been shared, or your TikTok has been shared all throughout this hospital. We have all watched your videos. So with me saying that, I don't know that I could ever walk back into the hospital anyway. With that being said, guys, though, thank you so much for continuing to share these videos. Thank you so much for continuing to like these videos. Thank you so much for continuing to comment on these videos. Most of you guys are absolutely fantastic. Most of you guys absolutely understand the reason that I'm doing these videos, and most of you guys appreciate them. There's a few trolls that come on here and leave your little nasty comments, and at first I was responding to you guys and playing into your drama, and I've learned now to just let it go. So the troll comments I just block them and keep on moving, just ignore them. But anyway, guys, Joint Commission has been filed. I will let you guys know if I hear anything else from this. There is on their website, I am able to go on there and follow up on complaints. So I do have the safety incident ID number, is what they call it, your safety incident. I cannot talk. I'm still trying to get over this cold. I'm sure y'all can hear my voice. But I do have it, so I can follow up, and I will continue to follow up on that. I also sent another email to the Illinois Department of Public Health to see if they followed up at all. I highly doubt it. It's the state of Illinois. They could care less. So anyway, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think, and y'all have a fabulous day.
Ooh-wee, let me tell you something. I wouldn't want to be TikTok famous with all the comments and shit I would have to deal with. My ass has been going off on every single motherfucker that would be commenting that bullshit on there. They might be understaffed. Bitch, understaffed doesn't mean unclean. Takes 5 minutes to sweep, 5 minutes to wipe down, maybe, not even, and maybe 5 minutes to mop. You got time to sit there and chit-chat and gossip about room 212 looking like she's a whore, or room 110 in the PCP because he's crazy and butt naked and shitting on the walls. You got time to get up and clean. Okay.
All right, guys, so that is the videos. What did you guys think? I've had a lot of people, I posted some of the responses that I've had to some of the people's comments. And, for the most part, the outpouring of support and things like that for me posting these videos have been great. The community around here in the Chicago area, in the suburbs of Chicago, has been outstanding. There's been a ton of people that have commented of how nasty this hospital is, how they've had issues with this hospital, how family members have went there for just basic medical needs and have died while at the hospital. So this is something that I'm going to ask you guys, if you did watch all the way to the end, please share these videos, or share this video out. Let's get more attention to this video so it brings more heat on Northwest Community Hospital in Arlington Heights, Illinois. And hopefully with all of the 244,000 views and comments and things like that I've had on TikTok, maybe that'll come over here to the YouTube platform as well, and it will blow this video up even more and get more attention to the healthcare system here in the United States. It's not just this hospital. Unfortunately, this is the hospital that I came across all of these issues with and documented it. And what's funny is, I even say in the TikTok videos, when I posted these videos, I never in a million years thought that I was going to get 250,000 views. I just don't ever get those type of views, and I was surprised. So that tells me that this content, this video, the stuff that you're seeing here is something that really resonates with a lot of people. And so hopefully it'll resonate with you guys, and you guys will share these videos, and we can get more attention to the healthcare system here in the United States. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.